Yeah. What? Out of Miami with a scholar's mind. PhD, but he's still so kind. Cultural roots in the work is done. Teaching us how care is one nugget. Healthcare vision steady and strong. Helping professionals move along. Find your place, step in your field. Knowledge is power when it's revealed. He don't just teach it, he lives it loud. Builds up rooms and builds up crowds. She ready? I see you. Welcome on in. I'm just trying to set myself up. Damn, y'all, you guys are early. Good evening. I'm just trying to set myself up. You guys are here on time. I see you. I appreciate you. Okay, let me post it to my story. Give me a moment. I'm getting nervous. Teaching truth with heart and vision as Dr. Johnson on a mission. Viral moments, but still the same. Support the spirit, not chasing fame. In every room, he shows the code. Respect the space, uplift the host. Rules of engagement, calm and clear. How to show up, how to appear. Community over cloud or trend. Happy Tuesday, I see you. Truly win, he don't just talk it, he models it. Every comment intentional, deliberate. A blueprint for what it means to build online communities. As we all know, we're coming on in. We're grabbing our daily heartbeat. We're coming on in. What else are we doing? We're reposting the live, and we're just getting to 6K. Once we get to 6K likes, we're gonna go ahead and get started on my trending topic in health repost, and we are grabbing our daily heartbeat, and we are sitting back and we're getting comfortable. You guys know what to do. 7, we're on the way. Trending topics, breaking it down. Bringing real Dr. Barry, I see you. Welcome on in. From the classroom to the light, he makes the culture feel alive. Teaching truth with art and vision. I'm not sending. I can't send it out no more. I start to get like overstimulated and send it. Y'all got me. I can't. I'm just post it to my story and keep it going. Beautiful people shining bright. Professor by day, creator Miami with a scholar's mind. PhD, but he's still so kind. Cultural roots in the work is done. Miss Elmique, I see you. Dr. Barry, I see you. She ready, I see you. Pals, I see you. Okay, woo. Moderators are here. We good. We can get started. My moderators. Wait, let me get my questions. Shows you how to move with grace. Lead with wisdom, own your space. It's office hours with Dr. J. Tuesday nights at 7, we're on the way. Trending topics, breaking it down. Bringing real experts into town. From the classroom to the life, he makes the culture feel alive. Teaching truth with heart and vision as Dr. Johnson. Tyra, I see you. Welcome on in to Office Hours with Dr. Johnson. Once we hit 6K likes, we're going to go ahead and get started on our trending topic in healthcare. Then we're going to do my interview guest. Then we're going to wrap it up with Professor Tibbs. Dr. Barry, one of my friends on here on TikTok made me a song. Let me restart that. It's not even big money. I don't even want to say big money. I want to say big impact. I want to say just the importance of community and the importance of connecting. My friend made me a song, so shout out to L. Tyra, I see you back home in Jamaica, and you talking about some. Are you here? I wish I was there. Man, I saw the videos of you in the water. I saw the photos. I was so jealous. I would drop all of this right now just to be back home in Jamaica in the water, just eating down two patties right now in cocoa bread. My gosh. Okay, y'all, we grabbing our daily heart. We liking the live. Once we hit 6K likes, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, I see you, Coach Rhonda. Welcome on in. Dr. Barry, I see you. Pals, I see you with the What About, not a theme song, a theme song. Let me see if I missed any comments. Okay, we good. There was a student that I wanted to send this out to who came to my last office hours, but I don't know, did I follow her back? How do I send this to them? Viral moments, but still the same. Support the spirit, not chasing fame. In every room shows the code, respect the space, uplift the host. Rules of engagement, calm and clear. How to show up, how to appear. Okay, we halfway there, y'all. 6K likes. We're gonna go ahead and get started on our trending topic in healthcare. We are liking the live. We are grabbing the daily heartbeat. We are reposting the live. And let's be intentional. Let's send this live out to who do we want to send this live out to today? I want you guys to send this live out to somebody who you think needs some motivation. I want you to send this live out to somebody who you think is juggling a lot and just needs a sign that, like, hey, I gotta keep going. Okay, let's send this out with intention today. Charlie, I see you. Welcome on in. We are grabbing our daily heartbeat. We are reposting the live and we're getting comfortable. Aaron, I see you. Welcome on in. El Meek, I see you liking the live. Welcome on in. Let's be intentional with who we're sending out this live. Oh, Dr. Berry, I know. Dr. Berry, are you still on vacation? Do you still out the country or are you back in America? Charlie, I see you. Welcome. My song should be playing. Hold on. I'm doing all my salutations and my song not even playing. And we almost there, y'all. Welcome on in. We are grabbing a daily heartbeat. We are liking the live. Charlie, thank you so much. I see you. Find your place, step in your field. Knowledge is power when it's revealed. You don't just teach it, he lives it loud. Builds up rooms and builds up crowds. Shows you how to move with grace. Lead with wisdom, own your space. Everybody, welcome to Office Hours with Dr. Johnson. I'm excited. I get excited for every single one. I'm excited. Coach Rhonda, I see you with the donuts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Everybody, welcome to Office Hours with Dr. Johnson. Dr. Berry said she is still in Cairo at her conference. I'll see you. Keep on posting those pictures and videos. I like to get like a little taste of where you at and what you got going on. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. As we know, we're going to start off with my trending topic in healthcare. Pals, I see you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your continued support. You, Pals, Aaron, and El Meek. I appreciate you guys. So, do we all know United Healthcare? We all know, or we've all heard of United Healthcare, right? We have. Can I just have 2 yeses in the chat? We all know about United Healthcare, okay? United Healthcare has been going through a lot, okay? And this story broke a little while ago. And it just resurfaced again because it's still under investigation. It's still an issue. Okay? United Healthcare secretly paid nursing homes to reduce hospital transfers. Essentially, they were letting these senior citizens just transition because it was too expensive to transfer them to a hospital. Educated, welcome on in. You just made it in time for my trending topic in healthcare. We are discussing United Healthcare scamming these folks. United Healthcare, my healthcare got switched to them. Ooh, let's be hopeful. Vibe Wellness Women, I see you. Welcome on in. You just made it in time for my trending topic in healthcare. Who just said that? Pals, let's be hopeful. But this is relating to, thank you for pinning that again. This is relating to the nursing homes, okay? Vibe Wellness Women, I see you. Thank you so much for being here. I want to briefly share this article with you guys and what had happened. And then I want you guys to drop that in the chat how you feel. Pal's already saying that she's with United. But United Health Group, the nation's largest healthcare conglomerate, has secretly paid nursing homes thousands in bonuses to help slash hospital transfers for ailing residents. This means that these are the senior citizens who are in nursing homes, part of a series of cost-cutting tactics that has saved the company millions, but at times risked residents' health, and a Guardian investigation has found. Okay? Those secret bonuses have been paid out as part of United Health program that stations the company's own medical teams in nursing homes and pushes them to cut care expenses for residents covered by the insurance giants. In several cases, these senior citizens were just left to, I don't want to say the D word because you know TikTok is sensitive. We love TikTok shop and we love TikTok, but I don't want to say the D word. Essentially, United Healthcare Group has been paying nursing homes to just have these senior citizens transition in their care
rather than transferring them to a hospital when when their health situations worsened. I briefly want to share with you guys, if you decide to put your loved ones in a nursing home or in an ALF is an assisted living facility, make sure you are checking in on them. Statistics shows that nursing homes and ALF facilities, where they see that these patients don't have continuous visitations from family and friends, they push them to the back burner. Unfortunately, it does happen. Not, and I'm not saying all of them, some. So if you have family and friends, close friends, who are in nursing homes, who are at an ALF facility, make sure you are checking in on them. Make sure you are looking at their surroundings. When last have you been fed? When last did somebody help you brush your teeth and shower you? When last did you take your vitamins? When last have you taken your prescriptions? Soda, welcome on in. I see you. Eve Rose. Is Eve Rose here? Welcome on in. I was trying to find you. You just distracted me. Welcome on in. You guys, make sure we are checking in on our loved ones who are at nursing home facilities or ALF. ALF is assisted living facilities. Oftentimes they are not being properly taken care of. If they see that they don't have family and friends coming to visit them on a weekly basis, doesn't have to be daily, because you know we all have lives. There's a reason why we've placed our loved ones in these facilities, so that they can have round the clock care and round the clock supervision, because we are still, you know, working and have our everyday lives, you know, families, children's jobs, etc., etc., and we can't always be a caretaker, because why? Being a caretaker is a full-time job as well too. Fight me in the comments. Being a caretaker is also a full-time job. Being a mother is a full-time job, and also being a caretaker is a full-time job as well too. Fight me in the comments. Okay? So please make sure you guys are checking in on your loved ones. United Healthcare Group, we're paying specific facilities to just keep these patients there, knowingly that their health was declining and they wanted to save money on hospital transfers, because it costs to do hospital transfers. An ambulance, one ride in an ambulance costs $500. I don't know if it's gone up, but when I was working for ambulatory care, it was $500 for just an ambulance ride. And oftentimes the insurance did not cover it. They were sending you a bill to your house. Because something you can use, welcome on in. I see you. Vibe Wellness, I see you. Welcome on in. Moral of the story briefly, make sure we are checking in on our loved ones who are at ALF, assisted living facility, and who are at nursing homes. Can anybody drop in the chat? Do you guys have any loved ones who are at a nursing home facility or at an ALF? Doctor, welcome on in. I see you. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart me. United Health Group is pure. I don't even want to keep calling the names, because I don't even want, you don't. Okay, Coach Rhonda, you don't. Something you can use. Do you? Taylor, do you? Powell said not no more. Soda said, I have one who has been at a mental institution for 10 years. Eve Rose, you are here. Okay, I'm so glad you made it. I was trying to look for you to send you the live. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming back, and thank you so much for returning. Doctor, I see. I hope you're doing well. Who else in the chat? Mental institution. Soda, let me tell you something. The mental institutions, it's slightly different. Sometimes they do have mistreatment in those mental institutions as well too. But let me tell you, behavioral health, money. When I tell you, you have healthcare, okay? And you have different areas within healthcare. That behavioral health in healthcare, when I tell you money, wait. Why? Because nobody wants to do it. Why? Because it is, as healthcare professionals who work within behavioral health, it is taxing on you. It is taxing on you, but guess what? It is rewarding work. It is definitely rewarding work. Another area in healthcare that's rewarding, correctional health, which is at the jails and the prisons. Correctional health, there's money in that as well too. This trending topic just got all different kind of places. Let me go up in the chat. Let me see what y'all got going on. Dr. ICU, she's considered dangerous, so they won't let her leave. Okay, so I'm assuming that it's court mandated. Okay, that's different. Soda, do they allow visitations? I'm sure it's strict visitations there. El Mink, I see you with the stickers in the chat. I see you, Daughter. I see you with our flag, Daughter. No, but I have United and Optum because my company, no, United play too much. Hey, At one point, I had United too, but I'm on Miss Nike. Welcome on in. I'm on Blue Cross Blue Shield, not Florida Blue, but Blue Cross Blue Shield. So it's a little bit better. Let me scroll up in the chat. Oh, Vibe Wellness. Yes, my husband takes care of a veteran who had to go to assisted living, and we visit him three. Vibe pals. I just want to pin this real quick. Vibe Wellness women. That's what you got to do. Vibe Wellness women. That's what you got to do. And guess what? I know. We're so busy on the day to day. Actually, go take that 1 hour and visit your loved one in those facilities. We are trusting them to take care of our loved ones, and oftentimes they are being mistreated. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. Let's keep it 100. Not all of them. Let's be transparent. Let's keep it on 100. Not all of them. But a good amount of them, they're not treating these patients like how they would treat their mother, father, sister, auntie, cousin, brother, nephew, son, niece. Like how you would. So please, you see what Vibe Wellness Woman said? She checks on her loved one, to her and her peoples, her husband, checks on their loved one 3 times a week. And guess what? That loved one is expecting them to come that 3 times a week, and he is looking forward to that visitation 3 times a week. And the healthcare professionals at that facility know that Vibe Wellness Woman and her husband go check on their loved one 3 times a week. So what's going to happen? They're not going to play about him, because they know Vibe Wellness Woman and her husband is coming to check on Buddy and seeing what's going on. Okay? Miss Nike, welcome on in. We were just... Hey! Why? I knew there's a reason why I had to discuss this. Tyra, I didn't know you was at an ALF. Tyra, it's no disrespect, Tyra. And you see, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying some. Because I'm also... Being that this started to come up on my news feed, there is a lady who is trending. She lives down... Tyra, there's this lady who lived down south, who live in Cutler Bay, and she is going viral on TikTok because she was tearing up the facility that she has her mom at. It's a lot going on, and there's people in the comments talking about this is how they all are. But I like to be ethical. I like to be transparent. You know, we can't generalize it, you know, because there are some good healthcare professionals. There are some healthcare professionals who are ethical. There are also people who take their job seriously. But then there's others who are like, I'm just here to collect my check and go home. Okay, those ones you got to be careful for. Okay. Tyra said she works at an ALF. An ALF is an assisted living facility, and Tyra said it's true. So Tyra is an employee, and she see what be going on. Miss Nike, drop in the chat. Do you have a loved one who is at a nursing home or an assisted living facility? The chat is hold on. Eve Rose said she has you hated United. A lot of people do. And when you see when their CEO transitioned, oh my gosh, even worse. Things got even worse. I was on Blue Cross Blue Shield. The city went and changed it. It's because it got too expensive and they wanted to save money, and they switched over to United Healthcare. I was at a company too that did the same thing. It's money. It's always about money. But Blue Cross Blue Shield is a little bit better. Blue Cross Blue Shield is better. But the city did that because they were trying to save money. Vibe Wellness Woman said, yes, it's been a real education in terms of the plans we're making for each other. Exactly. 6 times out of 1. Hey, wait. He is in hospice and has no more living relatives. We are it. Vibe Wellness Woman, thank you so much for doing that. That is amazing. And guess what? You are going to be blessed in many ways. Same in the hospital as well. Doctor, same in the hospital as well. But before you came in, Doctor, I don't know if you caught it, but we're talking about United Health Group, who are paying certain nursing facilities to just let the people them just go home to glory and not even try to send them to the hospital because they want to save money on the hospital transfers. I always come on here and tell you guys, healthcare is rewarding. There's lots of jobs in healthcare. You're saving people's lives, you're advocating for people, but do you guys know that healthcare is a business? Just like how higher education is a business, healthcare is a business, and it will always come down to the money. If it don't make sense money-wise, these healthcare companies are not doing it. We got to continue because I didn't even want to stay on this too long. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, y'all are hitting up. Okay, I had one who was in hospice. Yeah, hospice is rough too. And you know what's crazy? In hospice is rough because we know what hospice, what that means. And it's like in hospice, you want to make sure that they're at most comfortable. But you see, when they're in hospice, some of those people in there, they're like, oh, they're on their way out. Why should I even try? Those ones you got to watch out for. Let's not stay too negative on this topic. But guess what? Healthcare is rewarding. Healthcare is a great field. Healthcare that it is definitely where it's at. You just have to be an ethical healthcare professional. I know what's crazy. We take oaths. Even healthcare administrations, we take oaths. There is an oath you take to follow ethical practices, to make sure that you are always providing quality care, even if it's hands-on patient care, administrative. The end goal is the patient received quality care. Yes, while Vibe Wellness said I worked for Kaiser for 7 years on the suite level, and I know exactly. Hey, Vibe, I forgot you worked at Kaiser. The company, one of the companies who I work for, we just merged with Kaiser. Hey, I'm gonna speak to you on the back end, Vibe Wellness Woman. One of the companies I work for just did a merger with Kaiser, and it's just a lot going on. Everybody so far, before I bring up my guests, can we make sure we have grabbed our daily heart me and we have reposted the live, and we've gotten comfortable. We identify the stickers, because as I'm doing my interview, I would like you guys to to be dropping the stickers, just engaging with me. I do see some comments in the chat. Miss Elmika, I see you. Thank you so much for grabbing your daily heart me. Soda, I see you liking the live. Daughter, I see how you reposted. Yeah. Kari, welcome on in. I just graduated from Howard U. Okay, with my BS in health management and just accepted my first role. Before I bring my guests up, Kara, I don't recognize your name. I think this is the first time you've been in here. Has it been the first time you're here? Thank you so much for sharing that win. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that. I love to hear that. Make sure you keep in touch. Kara, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Carrie or Kari? Let me know. But where did you if you feel comfortable sharing, what kind of role is it? Are you within practice management? Are you within operations? Are you more so on the clinical side? Are you more so on revenue cycle? Are you on the finance? What area are you in within for your first role? Is it an entry level role? Are you in medical records? Are you in HR? Do you guys hear how broad healthcare administration can be? Hold on, let me scroll down in the chat. Let me see if she answered. Hold on. The oath to the money. Taylor, just chill, bro, just chill. Yes, first time. Melissa, welcome on in. Melissa, before I continue, we're just going to wrap up. My trending topic in healthcare today was, I don't know if you've heard about it, Melissa. United Health Group were paying nursing homes and ALF, assisted living facilities, to not do hospital transfers, and they were purposely allowing their patients in these facilities to, not the D word, to transition without even putting in an effort for a hospital transfer once their health was declining. I'm sure you've heard about it. United Healthcare has been going through a lot for quite some time. This got busted a while ago, but the investigation is still going on, which is why it popped up on my dockets, because these trending topics pop up on my docket. United Health Group is scamming these patients. Essentially, this is a scam. They're scamming these patients. This is their insurer. They are depending on this insurance company to take care of them, and they're not. Let me scroll down in the chat because Melissa said, "Whoa, yeah, whoa." Daughter, I see you. Welcome on in. Okay, Carrie or Kari, I'm not sure which one. Personal supports operations manager. You guys in the chat who are studying healthcare administration, Miss Kari in the chat, Kari or Carrie Kane. She just graduated with her bachelor's degree in healthcare management. Her first role, she just dropped the title of her first role. The title of her first role upon graduating was personal supports operations manager. Do you see how sometimes these job titles, you can't let them intimidate you? She already got her a manager position on her first role, graduating out of college with her bachelor's degree. That's why I always tell y'all, just apply to these jobs. You never know who will give you a chance. Even after multiple denies, you better still apply. Don't let that beat you up. Don't let that tear you down. Still apply to these jobs. Carrie, make sure you keep in touch with me. Carrie, make sure you follow me. If you're not following me already, I want to keep in touch with you. Eve Rose, you see why you're here? I wanted to make sure you're here because a lot of people jump into the live and share their wins. So thank you so much, Carrie. And Carrie, this is why I do what I do. Eve Rose, I'm glad you connected with Carrie. I can continue, but I want to go ahead and bring my guest up. Hold on, because I could take this live somewhere else. I see you guys congratulating Carrie in the chat. You better congratulate her. Oh shoot, Coach Rhonda, can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can. I'm trying to turn my video on. Hi, how are you, Dr.
Oh,
Johnson?
Coach Rhonda, how you doing, Coach Rhonda? Oh shoot, hey,
I
wait, let let me get professional real quick. This has been long overdue.
so glad to
L-
be here.
Coach Rhonda, let me tell you something. Before I get into you, let me tell you something. I had a conversation about you with two people on the back end. Okay, and I love your energy on your lives, on your sessions. I love how you are so motivational. I love how you come on here and you be transparent. I love how
Thank
you
you.
come on here and you just share your acquired skills and your acquired knowledge in your effort to build community and share with folks that, hey, you're not the only one going through this, or you're not the only one who's feeling stuck. You're not the only one who needs some type of motivation. There's so many other people who are in your same shoes. And when we're in your room, you make sure that we all feel like, hey, we are a family here. We are here for a reason. And
Absolutely.
and and you are that reason. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your words.
No.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So we're gonna grab you. You know what the drill is. Okay, we're gonna start off with your professional and educational background, whatever names that you don't feel comfortable sharing. You can just share with us some context clues. But I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Sure. So professionally, hey, Moonflower, professionally, I'm a school business administrator. I've been in education for over 20 years, working my way up from a clerk. I was a
Mm-hmm.
school clerk. Why I went back to school like in my 30s. My girls were in elementary school, went through associates, bachelor's, MBA, in organizational leadership. And as I moved through school. I kind of moved up in position in education. And so I'm currently at a school now, a single school district, so to speak.
Okay.
But we have to do the same thing that any large district does. But I've also worked at very large districts, like top two, top three here in New Jersey, in terms of size. But that's what I do full time. And so that's been the career path. I don't know if you want me to get into what I do outside of work
Yes, we
as
do.
well.
Yeah. Can you touch on the coach and the mindset?
Sure, absolutely. So, what I'm absolutely passionate about is working with women and teen girls. I do both, but it's been all about mindset. I feel like so many of us, and speaking to the women, the female part of it, I feel like we get to a place in life where we are stuck, where we feel like we know there's more, but having a hard time moving forward, getting our lives in the positions that we want them in. And I am here to tell you, because I lived it, that you are one decision away from changing your entire life. And sometimes it is something that we've been thinking, some lie that we've been believing that has kept us in a place where we can't move forward. And so I have committed on this platform as well as outside of this platform to having those mindset conversations with women, to just help them have that breakthrough that they've been looking for.
I love that. I love that. I want to jump right into it, the educational piece. So you said an MBA in organizational leadership, right? Not too long ago, I posted a video on an MBA in healthcare versus a master's in healthcare administration, and the differences. However, you can still land the same type of job.
Mm.
However, just like healthcare administration, business administration is broad too. So you have your MBA in organizational leadership. Why did you choose that specific concentration?
So I've always loved business,
Mm-hmm.
But the structure, the systems, the how things work, and having people in the right place, and the resources, that the infrastructure, I guess I'll say, has always been something that has intrigued me. And so I think prior to going to school for my MBA, I didn't know that
Okay.
existed.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I did business management in undergrad, and when I got to the MBA level, the organizational leadership seemed like the right fit for me. And I love that I get to do that personally as well as in career, like see what's working, what's not working, and kind of come up with solutions that will help things move forward.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Before we continue, you guys, we are interviewing subject matter expert Coach Rhonda. A thumbs up or praying hands is me that's acknowledging you guys in the chat. I don't want to interrupt my guest. So if you see me doing a thumbs up, I'm just acknowledging you guys in the chat. Miss Luna, I see you. Lady Red, I see you. Something you could use. I see you. Moonflower, I see you. Welcome on in. Coach Rhonda, how has earning your MBA shaped the way you approach decision making and team management? Now, you mentioned being a business administrator for over 20 years. How has that degree and your experience shaped your decision making process overall?
I think the MBA, the formal, educational experience, academic experience, as well as just the work experience, has helped me to look at things more on I see in the bigger picture. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think again with that organizational leadership, so it's not it shapes my decision making because I quickly can see, well, this isn't working because this is broken, or this
Right.
pattern keeps happening. And so
Right.
I think I see that, and so it helps me. I am kind of solution driven. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
bringing up the problem if I can't help be a part of the solution. And so sometimes like I said, I can just see what's off and where the adjustment is needed. And I think that shapes my decision making because I'm looking at it from you have a perspective that's a little pulled out. Like I can see you're arguing or having this dispute maybe on a department level or on a lower level, but I'm seeing the impact company wide. And so I'm able to see that. And I think that shapes my decisions in terms of what's the right solution that's going to help us get to that goal we're trying to reach going forward.
Right. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Let me ask you something. You mentioned going back to school in your 30s, okay?
Yes.
And I've come into contact with so many people who are kind of apprehensive about going back to school, in their 30s, or even in their late 20s, even after they've had kids, or
Mhm.
had multiple jobs, but the ageism, okay? You did it, you accomplished it, you're a graduate. What would you say to those who are stuck on going back to school or starting over with school and they are, seasoned in life? I don't want to say old, I want to say seasoned. What advice would you share with them?
Ooh, I really believe that it's never too late.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, and again, I was in my 30s when I went back, and I
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to go. High school, people would have thought I did go to school right away, but I also
Mm-hmm.
started a family. Ended up getting pregnant earlier
Mm-hmm.
with I was married. We thought we weren't going to have kids right away. And so then, as soon as I started, excuse me, was preparing to become a mom, I kind of let school fall off. It wasn't seeming like the right time, but that desire for it never left me. And again, I would just say to that person that it's not too late. I feel like I still entertain it now as I think about doctoral studies. But I went back, I pushed through. It wasn't easy. Life was happening all through that, Dr. Johnson. I go back and I feel like my second semester, my mom passed.
Mm-hmm.
um, and now I'm dealing with this major grief. Two girls in elementary school, and I'm feeling trying to figure out how do I go on with life. And so again, there was a lot of things that I had to navigate, but one of the best decisions that I made, and I also was determined to do it because I was doing jobs that I could do, and they would not give me an opportunity because I didn't have the formal academic, the degree
Right.
basically. And I was like, I wanted this anyway, and I needed that so that I would never again have these opportunities denied to me that I knew that I could handle.
Right. Right. Thank you for sharing and thank you for being so transparent as well too.
Of
Miss Mika,
course.
Miss Mika, welcome on in. I see you. I want to, Coach Ron, I want to address something in the chat before we continue. Tyra, keeping up KUWT. Tyra, she said, I'm interested in going back, but student loans is holding me back. Tyra, let me tell you something. Don't let the student loans hold you back. I was recently having a conversation with somebody the other day, and it was that fear that they've put on student loans. Yes, we gotta pay, you gotta pay the people back. Yes, you got, essentially we have to pay the people back. But don't let it stop you. The whole they garnish your wages. Listen, full transparency moment, okay? I have $99,000 in student loans. The last time I graduated, my last graduation was 2022. I have not gotten a bill to start paying it back since. My wages have never been garnished. And y'all know Dr. Johnson got 4 jobs. So I'm just being transparent, keeping it a buck. I have 4 of them things. None of my garnishes have been they ain't took my money. Okay? Let's keep it a buck. They haven't taken my money. 2021, a homeowner. You know how they say, oh, you got all them student loans, they won't be able to. False. That debt to income ratio, they were able to work with it. Instead of an FHA loan, they used a conventional loan to balance out my 99,000 student loans, and I was a homeowner. Tyra, don't let them student loans hold you back. Coach Rhonda, am I saying it? Anything else you want to add to that?
You're absolutely correct.
Okay.
I echo you. Do not let it hold you back. If it's something
Okay.
that you want, go after it. And I believe that that other piece can take care of itself. You
Right.
never know the income earning potential that you open up as well
Right.
that will put you in a better position. So I saw again, I'm never forcing that on anybody, but for me, my earnings increased exponentially as I went back to pursue that MBA.
Exactly. And look, Miss Luna in the chat talking about some work at a university that will cover your schooling. Exactly. And let me tell you
That's
something, you
great.
guys. When you work at a university, it's not a tuition reimbursement. It's a tuition waiver. There's a difference. There's a
Hmm.
difference within a tuition waiver and a tuition reimbursement, you guys. So when you work at these higher education institutions, one of their benefits of being an employee there, they give you a code, an access code that just wipes off your amount that you pay for your classes every semester. Go find you a job at a school. If you want to go back to school and you're serious about it, go find you a little office job at one of these schools. Go work full time for one of these colleges or universities, and they'll pay for your school. You'll get a tuition waiver. There's ways around it. I'm so glad you guys are in my chat saying this. Okay, but this conversation will go somewhere completely different. But you guys, thank you so much, and Tyra, thank you for feeling comfortable enough to say that in the chat.
I just
We
took
got
that note as well, Dr. Johnson.
Coach Rhonda. If you don't go apply to them people's schools with your 25 years as a business school administrator, you can go be a program director at a school of business.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, we're not even gonna take it there because if they know me in the chat, that we're not gonna take it there.
Got
Coach
it.
Rhonda, I want to get into representation. Okay, especially
Yes.
representation in leadership. It's important.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
the majority of our community is black and brown. Okay,
Yes.
our black folks are Hispanic folks. Okay,
Mm.
the minorities. Okay, in what ways has your identity and lived experiences influenced your leadership approach within education or within your role overall? How
Whew.
has your lived experiences and identity? Let's take it there. Miss Leanne, I see you. Welcome on in. Lavi, welcome on in. I see you.
I, I, I'm stuttering answering this question. It
Mm-hmm.
has impacted everything about how I show up, about my how responsible I feel in the positions that I hold. And so again, I started in education, very urban district here in New Jersey. But again, that's when I was working my way up as a clerk. When I eventually got to the admin level, I left there, worked in smaller districts. I absolutely believe that um, there's not enough representation. First of all, I don't know about education anywhere else in New Jersey, but in the counties I've worked in and again, because I'm a school business administrator, I am at statewide meetings with people that are in this title across the state, and I still am very much outnumbered in those rooms. And I've worked in districts where two, three, not three, maybe 5 years ago, still the only person of color in the district, even though the student population was diverse. And so even now, again, I hope I'm answering this clearly, but even now in a position that I'm in, because I told you I love mentoring and being there for teen girls, I'm like, I cannot be in this office, in this seat, and just manage the budget. I
Right.
can't be here and just have my staff take care of payroll. And so I started doing some mentoring groups, and we're getting it going now. I'm like, I need these girls to know. I know they have their teachers, I know they have guidance counselors, but as a woman of color who wants to be a voice in the lives of young women, I also want them to see me as the only, there's other minorities in leadership positions at my school, but I'm the only Black woman in an administrative role at my school. And I carry, I know we shouldn't, but I carry a lot of weight with that. I carry a lot of responsibility with that because I want them to know that it's possible for them.
Right. Right. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I want to kind of stay on the topic of school district because I know this is going to take us somewhere. Because for some reason, that the school systems and the school districts have been a trending topic, not just in state for state, Florida, Georgia, Texas, New Jersey, everywhere.
Right.
Okay.
hmm
Why is representation important within school district leadership? What would you say from your experience? Why is it important?
I think because of the relatability, first of
Mm,
all, to what our community, those students that we're there for, we are there for the students.
mm-hmm,
And I think people come from very disconnected places, not sensitive to why this particular student is struggling learning, not concerned about the socioeconomic
right.
challenges their family may be going through that may be impacting how they show up in school.
Mm-hmm,
Like every kid is not a bad kid. They
right.
may be hungry. Maybe they didn't eat breakfast. And I know every urban district, every student is not dealing with poverty, but sometimes I just feel like people are so disconnected from what is at the core of the problem. And so for me, when I think of, I know what I experienced. Yes, I have both parents there. My parents owned a home. I grew up in Patterson, New Jersey. That's not, my brother. I mentioned to you all, my
Mm-hmm,
brother was here, and we were at that, our former high school, and he joked about how growing up, some of our friends thought we weren't very working class family, but because
mm-hmm,
both parents were there, because we owned the home, people made assumptions. But that's not what I'm seeing every day,
right.
and I just think people are disconnected. Again, I think the representation matters because who we're educating need to see people like them, people that
Right.
understand their experiences. We're different, and it's not to make it us and them, but I think we have to stop being in denial about how differently we are raised, how differently our communities are, how our families may handle things differently, and these students don't always feel seen and heard or understood on like a real level.
Right, right. So last question on this. Oh, they said in the chat, did you go to East Side?
I did go to East Side. I went to East Side High School. I don't know if I know Aaron Turner, or I don't think I just mentioned East Side, so I was wondering how he knows, but I
Oh,
think
I
I
don't know. Maybe.
posted it.
Oh,
He may
Aaron
have looked
Turner.
at my content.
Okay, yeah, he's one of my moderators. But okay, he probably from New Jersey and he know the area. Okay, he
Okay. Yes,
dropping names in the chat.
I did go to East Side High School. I did post about it. Lean on
Okay.
Me if you know the movie based on my
Mm-hmm.
former high school. Absolutely.
Last question on representation. Okay, because this is important. As an employee within a school district, how do you think these school systems can intentionally create pathways for more diverse leadership? What should they do, or what do they need to do, Coach Rhonda?
I would love to see some type of like leadership development. I've seen it in other districts where, like, another black woman who was a school business administrator, I had contracted with that district to mentor the students, but also for the staff, she was doing regular leadership development. So teachers that were, they could have been
Mm-hmm.
teaching, but they would have like this track to understand what it took to be successful on that administrative level, to be a woman who leads. And I think we have to do that. I think that may not be another degree or certification. It's just the practicality of how you transition from being on one level to moving up to that admin level. And I think we don't do that enough. And this is something I've been thinking about, even where I am, how I could collaborate with another administrator. I think we have to do it. I think everyone doesn't know how to operate and to to move forward and to kind of take on those new positions that will allow them to lead in areas.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing that. For those of you just joining on in, today we are interviewing Coach Rhonda, subject matter expert, school business administrator, and mindset coach. Okay, we gonna dive into some mindset coaching. Okay, because that's what drew me to your page. Okay, and
Okay,
that's what continues to bring me to your page, even though your content is heavily focused on ensuring that the woman is her best self and ensuring that the woman is able to show up unapologetically and just stand her ground. When I still show up, I still hear something that I could relate to, or there's a gem that is dropped
absolutely,
that receives, that I receive. So thank you so much for continuing to do what you do, and even just holding a safe space just for those who are interested in your content overall. Okay, let's cont-
absolutely.
let's continue. Mindset coaching and personal development; those are big areas for you. Okay,
Hmm.
what inspired you to become a mindset coach, alongside the work that you already do? I always got to tap it in, figure out the back end. How did Coach Rhonda get to where Coach Rhonda at and why? Once again,
Right.
what inspired you to be a mindset coach?
This is my story. This is my
Mm-hmm.
story. So I told you I've been in education over 20 years. Maybe about 8 years ago, I was at a district. Again, of course, I'll leave it unnamed. That had just a lot of political, questionable things going on, and made me question if I still wanted this. I think around about that time, kind of feeling like that thing I talk about in my room, like there's more to your life,
Mm-hmm.
but you haven't been able to get there, like what's in the way, feeling like you lost a part of yourself. And I walked away from a very well over six-figure job. Nobody walks away from education like that. Walked away, didn't have another job lined up, pulled money out of savings, and really kind of rediscovered myself, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I took that time to find out what I needed more of, to find out what I wanted more of, to explore those lies that I was saying to myself, like feeling like I'm not enough, feeling like I waited too long or I missed the season. And it was just a time of discovery. And I think as I went through that, I also realized that so many women and people in general go through that you are making decisions and showing up in life based on a lie. And
Right.
I got to a point where I said the things that are keeping me stuck are lies that I have either, I can't even say, Dr. Johnson, that someone said them to me, but at some point in life I picked them up, that
Mm-hmm.
I'm inadequate, I don't have a voice, or my voice doesn't matter. And at some point, I'm like, this is I can't tell you one moment. There was no light bulb, one breakthrough moment, but me stepping away from my job and this high pressure job for like a little over a year. I stepped away from full time in education, and I started just, I could say reframing, but I started just dispelling the lies.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly believe that it takes one decision, it takes one change to kind of see where I've been missing it, what I've been believing, what's the truth. And as I empowered myself with truth, it allowed me to show up differently. It allowed me to have that awareness that there's nothing stopping me but me, and it was all up here. It
Mm-hmm.
was all up here. And when I changed my mind, I changed my life. And I've always had that thing of service, and I'm like, I have to become what I needed,
Mm-hmm.
because I was always in circles with women before I went to get my coaching certification. I was always facilitating groups with women, and was hearing the same thing, and so when I feel like I had my time of coming to know myself and getting back to myself, I knew that I had to be that voice for other women.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this, and I'll hush. My daughter, my youngest daughter, she's 31 now,
Mm-hmm.
said this to me, and I say this with so much pride. She says, "Mom, you're like a doula."
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Johnson, I'm so passionate about pulling women forward. Like, I'm gonna be that person that's positive to a fault. You don't think you can? I'm gonna be that one telling you absolutely can. And
Right.
so it is kind of like a mindset doula, if you want to call it that. But she knows that I want women to birth what's inside of them. I want them to live the life they feel like they were created to live. And I want to help you get past those lies and excuses that are keeping you in a place that you haven't been able to get over.
Exactly. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I want to touch on, before we continue, I want to touch on the lies that we say in our head, okay? And we've discussed this in your chat a couple of times as well, too, the imposter syndrome, okay?
Yes,
We all can face that. We all can go to that, and anybody
absolutely.
can, you know? What would you say to those who are experiencing imposter syndrome? Now, let me, before you answer, Coach Rhonda, I'm sure this is like a broken record, but I want to make sure I'm always stressing the imposter syndrome and not to let it consume you, because
Yes,
it can be an ongoing thing,
absolutely.
and at different stages as well too. What would you say to those who are experiencing the imposter syndrome as it relates to them being on that job search or not applying to the jobs that they really want to, or deciding that I can't go back to school, I'm too old, I'm not good enough, how am I going to keep up? What would you say to those from your mindset, coach perspective, and from your perspective of being a school administrator working within higher education? What would you recommend, or what would you say to those?
So, again, I think for me, I've gotten to a place. First of all, I tell people like the simplest thing, and I know it's books about it, like not to believe everything we think,
Mm-hmm.
because we have these thoughts, we take them to be true, and whatever you believe, you're gonna find proof for. And so, for me, it's been a thing of really questioning what I think. Reasons why I tell people to celebrate the win, reason why I want people to look at what you actually have accomplished. Because in a moment when you get enough rejection, you don't get the response, you can start convincing yourself that maybe I'm not qualified, maybe I don't have what it takes. But the reality is, there's usually proof that you can do the thing, that the opportunity will come. I tell people to like, not to kind of stick with it, not give up on themselves. And also, sometimes when we are looking for opportunities that aren't coming to us, it is a sign for us to create the opportunity that we're looking for.
Right. Right. I want to continue. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. You
Hmm.
guys, every time my guests come up here and they say something, I always have to tell them thank you for sharing, because they didn't have to drop that gem. They didn't have to drop that gem for us. So Coach Rhonda, thank you so much for stepping
Of
in
course.
and dropping these gems. Let's continue. Once again, you guys, a thumbs up or praying hands, just me just acknowledging you guys in the chat. We're gonna continue because this conversation is getting good, okay? Coach Rhonda, how would you define mindset? From your perspective, your experience, how would you define mindset, and why is it critical?
The simplest way I can say it, for me, mindset is like that lens through which we see ourselves, through which we see the world around us, and
Mm-hmm.
it guides what we think is possible for us. And so, if your mindset is limited, if you see yourself as somebody that's inadequate, insufficient, if you think, I see this for other people, but that doesn't happen for people like me that come from this family or this culture or this whatever, that doesn't happen for people at my age,
Mm-hmm.
it's critical because it will keep you stuck.
Stuck.
What you believe Like you can have goals, you can have intentions all day, but if your beliefs and your goals don't align, you won't reach the goal.
Right.
And I think sometimes we will say, well, I have this goal, I see it's possible, but secretly somewhere in us, you really don't think it's possible for you. You're really doubting if you have what it takes to make that business successful, to elevate in that career, to earn that amount of money. Like there could be some large amount of money. You feel like I want that kind of earning potential. But some part of you, you're really doubting it. That's why I drive mindset, because
Exactly.
mindset will keep you capped. And if you
Hmm.
don't challenge what you're thinking, you'll never move yourself forward.
Right.
You'll never move yourself forward. And I think we try to change behavior and we don't
Mm.
change the mindset that drives the behavior. And then you end up cycling back to the same place. Because thank you. Because otherwise that temporary change of behavior, if the mindset doesn't shift, you're gonna find yourself right back where you are.
Exactly, exactly. Dr. Martha, I see you. Welcome on in. Frame greetings. I see you. Welcome on in. As you guys know, a thumbs up. I don't want to interrupt my guest, but this conversation is getting juicy. Can I have two people just drop in the chat subject matter expert before Coach Rhonda continues? Can I have two people drop my sticker subject matter expert in the chat, please? We got to continue because I got a couple more questions for her. Coach Rhonda, let me ask you something. How do you integrate mindset coaching into your day to day work? Not only with your staff, but within leadership or even at home. How does your mindset coaching come into play within your day to day?
Oh, I think it comes up for me because same thing. Okay, so I'm in this leadership position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in rooms with very educated people, lawyers, sometimes architects. Like I'm not a master on law or
Mm-hmm.
school law, even for that matter. And so you can find yourself even at work, even though I have success, even though I have the MBA, even though I'm qualified to be in the seat I'm in, you sometimes find yourself in settings that can intimidate you if you
Mm.
let it. And so the same thing I practice outside of work that I talk about on TikTok, that I talk about in my smaller circle, it is still knowing who you are. It's knowing being connected with your identity. It's being connected with how I see myself. And so it is a constant work to get past the things you said, the imposter syndrome, the people pleasing, the perfectionism, all of those things I have to constantly, it's a life work. And
Right.
so I think I will never be where I was again. And so when it comes up now, I've equipped myself with tools. And so I'm confident until I go into a room that intimidates me a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
I know how to snap out of it quick because I've done the work. And I'm
Right.
going, you're in this room because you belong here. You're
Right.
at this table. You may be the only woman. You may be the only person of color. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not shrinking anymore. I've done that. I've done that in the past, and I'm not her anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
so I show up like I belong there. There are no crazy questions. There's no stupid questions. If I
Right.
don't understand, I don't need to act like I understand.
Right.
Explain that to me. You went to school for that. I didn't. So
Right.
explain it to me so that I can make my educated business decision based on what you're saying.
Can I
Right.
have
And so
not to cut you out? Two people drop subject matter expert stickers in the chat right now. Because my friend is dropping these gems and y'all not dropping the subject matter expert stickers in the chat because y'all see she's taking us through there. Coach Chantel, welcome on in. Two people drop the subject matter expert stickers in the chat, please. Mr. Aaron, I see you. Thank you. Miss L, I see you. Coach Rhonda, sorry to interrupt you.
that's okay.
Nothing else to add. We good. We can continue.
Yes, we can continue.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So earlier on, Coach Rhonda, I was discussing how healthcare administration is so broad. Healthcare administration is also a business at the end of the day. Everything is a business. Higher
Yes.
education is a business. Education is a business. Okay. So I want you to keep that in the back of your mind as we answer this question.
Okay.
Okay. How does strong financial and operational leadership directly impact the students you serve or the students you work for?
I think sir, phrase your question again. I know my
How
answer, but I want to repeat it.
how does strong financial and operational leadership directly impact the students you serve?
So first of all, you want to make sure. we have a $14 million budget. This is public
Okay.
information, right? $14 million budget. I developed that budget. I have to allocate funds to the lines that it's needed for. We need to make sure we're spending it responsibly, ethically, all of those things.
Right.
So that part, as well as the operations piece, it is important because the students are our first priority. So you want to make sure that those funds and the financial piece, first of all, that you are spending money where it's going to directly impact the students and give them that quality education that they should have. And so that's through the teachers you bring in, the
Right.
resources, the supplies, the facility upkeep. And so the same thing with operations. You know, I have spent most of my years in a regular operating district. I am at a charter school now. And the funny thing is, when I was at the regular district, there was always this tension between regular and charter. You're taking our
Mm-hmm.
money, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
we're here for the student. The money follows the student. And I
Mm-hmm.
finally got off of that bandwagon of who's taking whose money. We're educating students. And I have pride in that our school is clean. Our facility is constantly being upgraded. We are constantly trying to give them, helping them to be more competitive in terms of
Right.
the technology that we purchased. And so all of that matters because if you drop in operations, if you drop financially, there's a misappropriation of funds, there's a mismanagement of resources and things. And at the end of the day, yes, staff suffers, but the student is going to suffer. And they don't get to, now they're graduating and they have not been prepared to succeed in life or in college, whatever their next decision is. And so, although I'm not touching them every day directly,
Mm-hmm.
I take pride that even though I was never a teacher, what I do and the decisions I make help to give them the best possible experience or possibility for success.
Overall, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. Now, let me ask you something. The current administration that we're going through, it's a lot.
It's a
It's a lot, okay? And there's no way I wasn't gonna invite a school business administrator who probably works hand in hand or has to work, up underneath the Department of Education and
mhm,
not ask you this question.
mhm.
With the way things are going, how will or has it affected the education system for these future doctors, these future nurses, these future professors? How is I'm going to make sure I choose my words wisely. The destruction of the Department of Education going to or is affecting the education system for students today?
I think, again, because I'm a person of faith and I have to
Mm-hmm.
believe this is going to turn around,
Mm-hmm. It will.
um, I think what I see now is scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very scary to me because if we lose the oversight
Mm.
of, the Department of Education and it goes into the hands of someone that is so disconnected and it's just scary to me. And so I really hope that there's some intervention or
Mm-hmm.
something that happens because my mind can't even conceive the possibility of there not being something at the federal level. I know there's people that argue that the state levels it'll be handled again. I don't know. I don't
Right.
know, but just the fact that, well, sometimes what feels like off of a whim, like not really a great educated decision. I'm just gonna dismantle such a major area in our country. I have a lot of concerns because I don't think the real research has been done in terms of who's going to do the follow through and how it's going to be managed in each state. It concerns me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing
And
that. Okay.
and my thing is, why are we gambling with people's lives like that? Because whatever that impact is, they don't necessarily get to go recoup that or recover from it. And so, yeah, it's a lot of concern there.
It is. It is. It is. And that's why you see when people say, "Oh, I'm not even gonna vote, or I don't even like both sides. No vote is a vote for the
Absolutely. 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 And I
yeah.
don't know how people don't understand that. You just voted. Yeah. Absolutely.
You see when I drop eyes, you
Yeah.
so, this you see when I'm in. You see when I'm in you guys' lives, and hold on. It's asking me to do the puzzle. Hold on, y'all drop some comments in the chat. I don't know why it's asking me for the puzzle. You see when I do these eyes on live, and when I go into you guys' lives and I drop them in eye emojis. This is what I mean when I do this. I hear you. I see you, Coach Rhonda.
That's right.
The other night was it yesterday? When did you go live? You went live yesterday.
Yes.
You see, the reason why I came up in your live and I was dropping all those eyes because I was getting excited for today's conversation. And
Okay.
I dropped them eyes and I was like, okay, she peep what I'm doing. We getting excited for tomorrow. And then
Ah,
at the end of the live, you said, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. And I'm here like, yeah, Wednesday, we gonna see you.
look, I had the pressure of you told me this is a secret. And so
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to
Okay.
say I'll see y'all tomorrow in these TikTok
Okay.
streets. I was like,
Okay.
Wednesday it is.
Wednesday it is. Wednesday it definitely is. And guess what? I appreciate you. Okay. So
Of course.
Pals, I see you in the chat, pals. Moonflower, I see you. Miss Luna, I see you. As we close up, I just have a last couple of questions. That I have two that I always share with people
Oh, sure.
that I always want my interviewees to respond to. But before we get into that, okay,
Mhm.
Coach Rhonda, looking back, what is one lesson you learned the hard way that you now carry into your everyday life? One lesson you learned the hard way. You know I had to ask you this question. One
Oh,
one lesson that you learned the hard way that you now carry into your everyday life. And take a minute to think about it. We have all the time. My people gonna stay here with you, and your people gonna stay here with you too. Take your time. You don't have to rush this one.
I knew exactly what I wanted to say. I don't have it in a pretty sentence, but I'm gonna say it. I think it again. It is my story. I think my lesson was knowing my worth, knowing my voice mattered. I really was that kid that grew up shrinking in the back. Dr. Johnson, me being a TikTok host and speaking to you now is not something I would have done 20, 30 years ago. You either, right?
I had to tell somebody that. I've had to tell multiple people that.
Right. And they don't believe you, right?
No, they don't believe me because they say you a liar. You come up on here and you do this so well, and you're a professor. You teach in front of the. I wasn't always a professor.
Right.
I was working in a hospital. I was
Right.
working in medical offices. I wasn't getting in front of 20, 30 people and talking.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm like, I'm really gonna try not to cry in your live. I don't cry, or like I'm getting choked up because I grew up feeling like I really, really questioned my worth. I
Mm,
really questioned my value. I would
mm-hmm,
shy away. Even going back to school, even in my 30s, I was that one shrinking and like, let me go into a room full of women. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have women that I spoke into, but let me go into a room with powerful women. I didn't want to be seen or heard. Don't ask me a question. I wanted to shrink. And so I feel like I wasted so much of my life. I realize now like it was necessary. Everything I went through, I had to go through it. This discovery, there's a different level of confidence now. But it was that like I wasted so much time. And I think when you don't know your worth, you end up hustling for your worth, right? And so you make different decisions. You settle for less than what you deserve. And so whether it's personally, whether it's career wise, that was my lesson. And like I said, I had parents that loved me, that think they affirmed me, but I believed the lie. I believed the lie. And so my lesson is just that, like knowing that you are enough. You are always enough. And it's not about some accomplishment. You are enough because you were born. And so I'm always speaking worth and identity to people. Just the fact that you're alive, you have value. And
right,
so I didn't have to earn that. And I spent my life trying to earn value. And it's just in who I am. The fact that I'm alive, that my heart is beating, there's breath in my lungs, I have value and worth. And that shapes how I show up now. Oh, I deserve to be here. Oh, don't dismiss me. I'm not arrogant by any stretch of the imagination because I'm still not that person that has to be heard, but I don't shrink anymore.
You see why I asked you that question? You see why I asked you that question. And I'm Priscilla, I see you in the chat. Priscilla said, grateful. I am learning that now and take every opportunity to be heard. Yes, self worth and self love is important. It definitely is
Absolutely.
important. Britt, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I see you. Coach Rhonda, as we wrap up, last two questions. Um, we talk about mental health, and you've been in a couple of my lives, and you've seen a couple of the conferences I host. Mental health is always a topic. As of right now, mental health is a top health concern globally. Okay, so
Absolutely.
there's a reason why I was talking about it and making sure I continue to talk about it. What does Coach Rhonda, the mindset coach, do to stay on top of her mental health overall?
I think for me, it really is daily. I was
Hmm.
saying the other day, I try to be very proactive. So again, if you hear me enough, you heard me say like my faith is very important to me. I think that anchors me, but I think practically that looks like how I start my days, starting in quiet, starting with some time of prayer, devotion, reading something that's going to inspire me. I think it's dealing with the anxiety, dealing with, we all can be susceptible to anxiety, depression, whatever it is. And
Right.
so if I am proactively trying to stay ahead of that every day. I am, like I said, the way I start my day, the way I end my day, what am I doing to fill myself up? And so again, I do the practical things like journaling. Sometimes it's stepping away from my desk and taking a walk. It's remembering to eat a meal and not go through the day. And so all of that helps me prioritize how I'm not being overwhelmed, how I'm not becoming too much in my thoughts. And so it's the daily practices for me. And then again, I'm a person of faith that strongly believes in get therapy if you need it. You
Okay.
know what I mean? And so I
Okay.
think both can exist. I don't think it's always because things are so bad. I think it can be proactively again if you want some better coping skills. And again, I'm that person. Like my faith is important, but I also have gone through time moves. I'll say yay therapy. There are people that are skilled at doing what they do and they can help you navigate. And so again, whether it's a coach, which is different than a therapist, but I've had all at different times in my life that, okay, this season calls for a mental health professional. This
Hmm.
season, I'm trying to navigate something. Maybe I need a financial coach. Maybe I need a business coach. Again, very different areas of focus, but I just try to set up daily routines and practices um, because otherwise, the level of stress and the weight of responsibility that I carry in my life, um, it could easily happen. And so I
Right.
have to be very mindful and aware of where I am, what I'm feeling at every moment.
Right. Right. Thank you for sharing that. Last question. I think you may know this question, but last final question. What is your overall why? Your why as to why you continue to show up as a wife, as a mother, as a business administrator, as a mindset coach. What keeps Coach Rhonda continuing to show up? What is your why?
My why is, again, another thing I don't have a perfect answer for, but I feel like everything that I have experienced has happened to me for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen to me, it happened for me. And I feel the most connected to my purpose when I can help somebody else and when I can be for them what I needed. And so if I can share my experience, my story, and help somebody else maybe not suffer as much, like, I can't be quiet because some teenage girl needs to hear that
Right.
she's valuable or that she has worth. Some woman is struggling, maybe in a relationship or in life, feeling inadequate or just struggling to live life on a different level. And so I have to keep showing up because it's bigger than me. It's
Mm-hmm.
bigger than me. And I never
Mm-hmm.
want to just see myself as this happened to me. Life is so hard. Like, how can what happened to me help somebody else?
I love that. Coach
And I
Rhonda,
have daughters, Dr. Johnson. I'm sorry.
right,
I
right.
have daughters. I have two daughters, adult women that make me
Mm-hmm.
proud every day to be their mom. I
Mm-hmm.
have to show up. I
You
have
have
to
to
show
show
up.
up. You have to show up. Coach Rhonda, thank you so much for taking the time to step into office hours with Dr. Johnson. I appreciate the work that you're doing. I appreciate the vulnerability. I appreciate you, the community that you're building. I see you in the lives, and I'm just captivated myself too.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you
so
so
just
much.
continue to show up and continue to be great. Before I drop Coach Rhonda down, can I have some round of applauses in the chat for Coach Rhonda? Moonflower said, yes, I want to bottle up Coach Rhonda and L and keep them in my pocket for when I need it. I know that's right.
Thank
I know
you.
that's right. Can I have some round of applauses in the chat before I drop Coach Rhonda down? Miss Luna, I see you. I see you. Can I have some round of applauses in the chat for Coach Rhonda before I drop her down? Miss Luna said she echoes that too. Okay. Okay. Eve Rose, I see you. Thank you so much for being here. Eve Rose, I'm so glad you're able to catch this live. Okay, I see the round of applause. Coach Rhonda, have a great night. I'll see you in the TikTok streets. Miss Priscilla, I see you. Can you let them know when is Coach Rhonda going live again? For real
Yes.
this time.
I know, I know. I will say that before. I want to say to you again, thank you, sir, for the invitation, for this opportunity. I appreciate you, appreciate your support and what you're doing. I will be live again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep, we're talking all things mindset. And so we'll probably continue what we talked about yesterday, but tomorrow at 8 p.m.
I love that. Coach Rhonda, once again, thank you so much. Have a blessed night. Continue to
You
show
too.
up, ma'am, and continue to be great, okay?
Thank you, sir. Same.
No
Have a good
problem.
night.
You too. Okay, y'all, that was good. That was good. So before we go, the professor tips for today is gonna be quick. It's dedicated to Coach Rhonda. As I told you guys, I'm a frequent flyer in the hospital. We call the patients frequent flyers for the ones who continue to come back. I'm a frequent flyer in Coach Rhonda's room. So my professor tips for today, I'm dedicating it to her based off of something that I've learned and something that her community does in her room. So we're going to do the professor tips a little bit different today. I hope Coach Rhonda's still in here. But the professor tips, I want in Coach Rhonda's room. Okay, I always make sure I give people their flowers. In Coach Rhonda's room, she always has everyone share their small wins, even if you have a big win. Okay, and for the Coach Rhonda's rooms, the folks who are in her room, you guys know what to do. But for today, for the professor tips, as we close out, I want you guys to drop your small wins in the chat that you feel comfortable sharing. Okay, Sephakor, I see you. Welcome on in. We're just about to wrap up, but before we wrap up, I'm just asking everybody to drop their small wins this week in the chat. Okay, Coach Rhonda, you sit in the chat too. Coach Rhonda, can you drop your small win? As you guys are dropping your small win, I'll share my small win. This week started off busy. Hold on. Eve Rose said she got her CNA license. Eve Rose, I see you, Eve Rose. Congratulations, Eve Rose. I see you. I see you, Eve Rose. Brittany said she is thriving in nursing school. I see you, Brittany. Brittany, I thought about you the other day and I was looking for your page, but TikTok I'm not going to complain about TikTok because we love TikTok. Hold on. The chat is going. Hold on. I didn't even get to share my win yet. Y'all just going. Hold on. Okay, I see you. I thank you so much, Aaron. Hold on. The thriving in nursing school, Brittany, I'm so proud of you. Pals said, wait, hold on. Pals said she got her first coaching client. Pals, I see you, Pals. I'm proud of you, Pals. Pals, you better keep on going. Okay? You better move it and map it, Pals. Okay? Moonflower said, I got our home finances caught up and there's money. Hey! I will start to shout. Moonflower, I see you. Because everything is expensive. Let me lean in for you guys. Everything is expensive right now. Let's be transparent. Let me continue in the chat. Hold on. It's moving. I just miss Luna's. Miss Luna. Luna said accepted into Amazon influencer and LTK programs. Miss Luna, I see you. And Miss Luna, you're also another one who's popping up on my FYP. I see you, Miss Luna. I see you. L talking about something. We follow instructions. You guys follow. You guys are great at following instructions. Hold on. Aaron said 2 A's so far for the semester, waiting for the rest of my grades. And guess what? You are gonna pass. Because what you've been sharing with me, Aaron, I know you're gonna pass. I know you're gonna do well. Sephakor said I was accepted to open a yoga festival with my sound bowls. Sephakor, let me tell you something. I gotta reach out to you on the back end for something that I have an idea that I have. continue to show up, continue to be great, because you don't know who you're impacting and you don't know who you're influencing. I love this. Okay. You guys, this week, okay, my small win this week was a busy week for me, so I had to help my sister move. Earlier on, I had to call one of my, I'm in the Big Brother, Big Sister program. I had to call my little and have a quick, just a quick check in with my little who was just having a time, a downtime. Then I had to come and make sure that this was all set, finish unloading and unpacking the truck because my sister got a new house. Then I had to prepare and create my PowerPoint slides for the lesson that I'm teaching tomorrow for one of my classes. I knew I was able to do it, but the task, there was so much back-to-back tasks. I felt like I couldn't do it. But you see, when I do my office hours on here with you guys, my day is winding down, and that means I was able to accomplish everything that I had to do. So that was my small win for today. And the reason why I wanted to make sure I do this small win, and I think I've shared this with a couple of people, I'm not the type to really boast and gloat and really toot myself up. I'm not like that. But I realized that in Coach Rhonda's room, that's a constant thing. You share your small wins. And I'm so used to not wanting to, I don't want it to come off as, oh, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, oh, I got this going. I never want it to come off like that because sometimes people, and we're all guilty of it, we compare ourselves to others. So what I look like giving you this laundry list of all this stuff I got going on, and you're just struggling to just get up every day and brush your teeth. So that's why I'm sometimes I'm kind of mindful on what I share and how I share it. But if I do share it, I want to make sure it's in a safe space, and also I share it, respectfully. Miss Kina, we was just about to wrap up, but for the professor tips for today, I want you guys to just drop in the chat, what was your small win for the week? Share what you feel comfortable sharing. What was your small win for the week? Before we go, I'm waiting on you, Miss Kina. Dr. T, I see you. Coach Rhonda, this is great seeing all the... Coach Rhonda, this is today's... I didn't know you were still here, Coach Rhonda. Okay, you guys, my friend had the baby. I'm excited. My friend had the baby. Okay, we wrapping it up. That's it. She just dropped the mic. My friend had the baby. Can we give... Choosing... Wait. Choosing to show up another day is also a win. Amen, Coach Rhonda. Amen. But my friend had the baby. Coach Rhonda, my friend had the baby. Priscilla said my GPA is rising for the BS program. Priscilla, it better be rising, Priscilla. Priscilla, I know you, Priscilla. But my friend had the baby. Okay, yeah, we're going to wrap it up today. It was great. This was amazing. Coach Rhonda, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to step into office hours with Dr. Johnson. You are amazing. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Ms. Kina, I didn't forget about you. I got you on the back end. I did not forget about you. I didn't forget about you. It's just a lot going on, okay? Brit, I see you in the chat. Let me tell you something. It's congratulations to everybody, okay? Coach Jen, I see you. Welcome on in. We were just wrapping it up. I was just having everybody just drop their small wins in the chat. That's what we're doing with the professor. Today we are dropping our small wins in the chat. Happy Tuesday, Coach Jen. Before we wrap up, I hope you're the last one that come in because I don't want to repeat it again. We got to wrap it up. I'm hungry. Coach Jen, drop in the chat a small win. Coach Rhonda, I see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, Miss Kina, I'm about to go eat right now. The dinner is on the stove right now. Coach Jen, if you're still here, can you just quickly just drop your small win for the week so we can wrap it on up? We're going to wrap it up. Can we just briefly, Coach Jen, is Coach Jen still, if Coach Jen not still here, we could exalt empowerment coaching. We were just about to wrap up. Coach Jen, everybody that's still here in the chat, we are dropping our small wins. That's the professor tips for today. The small wins in the chat. Coach Jen said, emotional summer camp this summer I started for kids and parents. Coach Jen, you are doing amazing work in the community. Continue to show up. Continue to be great. Exalt empowerment coaching. Can you just briefly drop in the chat, ma'am? What is your small win for the week? And then we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up because my friend had the baby. Pals, good night. I see you. I appreciate you. Exalting Empowerment Coach, can you just briefly share in the chat your small win for the week? Your small win for the week. Then we're going to wrap it up. And let me play my song as an outro. Hold on. As we waiting for Exalt.
Spaces of his hours with Dr. J. Out of Miami with the scholars.
Right, it's a great way to end the night.
But
It is definitely a great way to end the night.
Cultural routine, the work is done. Teaching us how care is one of it.
Yo, I just feel like Keena been pregnant for a minute. And then Keena bust a surprise here on TikTok too. And then, yeah, the baby had me in a chokehold. Yeah, I gotta go send the baby a gift. Oh, Miss Keena had the baby. And guess what? You know what's important too? Maternal health is important. Do you guys realize that maternal, especially black maternal health or minorities, black maternal health is important, okay? Black women are still, when they're having their babies, when they're bringing life into this world, black women specifically are still not making it. Do you guys know how important, how crucial that is? They don't talk about those type of things. That's why I always make sure I keep my training topics in healthcare diverse. Black maternal health is still crucial in 2026. Now you guys are just riling me. Y'all roughing me back up. Yeah, she got me in a chokehold because she's still here. What Dorinda Clark Cole said? I'm still here. Keena is still here. She had that baby, so that's why I'm in a chokehold, because black maternal health is an issue, and it's a shame that it's an issue in 2026. Okay. We're gonna have to wrap it up, y'all, because we're taking it somewhere else. Exalt, and a beautiful opportunity to speak up more than Exalt, I see you in the chat. Exalt, you're supposed to be dropping your small wins. I'm waiting on you, Exalt Empowerment Coach. What is your small win that you accomplished this week? Your small win.
One nugget, healthcare vision, steady and strong, helping professionals move along. Find your place, step in your
Shout out to
field.
Elmi for making my song for the intro and the outro.
Don't just teach it, he lives
Okay.
it loud. Builds up rooms and builds up crowds. Shows you how to move with grace. Lead with wisdom, own your spaces of his hours with Dr. J.
I'm trying to wrap it up. Hold on.
We're on the way. Trending topics, breaking it down. Bringing real experts into town.
Y'all have a great night. Okay, I don't know if Exalt is still here, maybe, or it's all right. It's a boy. I'm inspired. Coach Rhonda, you better revisit that theme song. Coach Rhonda, you better do it. And if you need help, I'm sure El Meek will love to. Let me not just give off our services, but tap in with El Meek if you need help. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys all for being here. I'm gonna see you guys next Tuesday. I'm planning the next conference. It's related around mental health awareness. Okay. I'm planning the next conference. I'm dropping everything soon. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm planning the next conference. I'm working on my guests. I already have 2 locked in. I'm working, y'all. It's going to be good and it's going to be important. Why? Because mental health has become the #1 issue. The #1 global health issue. Moonflowers, guess what? I'm going to make sure I do that check-in. Okay? Because there's 2 things I have to share with you, Moonflower. Remember what we spoke about in the last check-in? Thank you for sharing that. That's why I do these check-ins. Thank you, Exalt Empowerment. I was waiting on you, ma'am. Completed digital product this week. Amen. You did that. Now we can wrap it up. She did it, y'all. Can I get some deuces in the chat? Yeah, Moonflower, you know I have you. I didn't forget. That's why we're going to do the check-ins with Dr. Johnson on Thursday. I'm about to go eat, L. Deuces in the chat. There's a couple deuces in the chat. Okay, I see the deuces in the chat. Okay, we can wrap it up. Okay, we good. Exalt, I see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for stopping by. I see you. We're gonna wrap it up, y'all.